Ask about standard of care. Here's a big one. The brokerage, I talk a lot about broker-dealers because that's a lot of my business. A lot of broker-dealers really focus hard on trust. And to me, trust and fiduciary are fairly synonymous terms. There's a lot of brokerage firms have these types of presentations. Let's talk about trust, 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 trust. And then here's a cross-examination I did of a fairly high-up guy in a brokerage firm. I'm talking a little bit about the duties of the, and it's very brief, a little bit of the duties of the investment professional.
What is your understanding why Raymond James didn't just have their licensed account executives do that research?
Object to the form.
You can answer.
Because I'm supposed to be an expert at it. And the account executives are not analysts. They're salespeople primarily.
And I venture to guess you'd never hear that on an advertising campaign by a major broker-dealer. But when I sue them, oh, we're just salesmen. And I'm not picking on Raymond James, it's just happened to have that right clip. So I ask, if you've got a significant account, let's talk about written verification of the standard of care. But this is language from a broker-dealer agreement. And I think if this were in bold type, some of the broker-dealers would lose some business. It says, our interests may not always be the same as yours. It doesn't sound like a fiduciary to me. We are paid both by you and sometimes by people who compensate us based on what you buy. Therefore, your profits and our salesperson's compensation may vary from time to time. Now, compare that to a true investment advisor. Statutory obligation to the investor's fiduciary to act solely in the client's best interest. All things being equal, if I have a choice, I would rather work with this person. And I think a lot of investors don't even think that through. And maybe a lot of investors who don't have a lot of money aren't in a position to negotiate this thing or to pick and choose. But I see a lot of folks with a lot of money who don't realize they have the power to make this choice.